Before I begin, I want to make sure that I let you know exactly what you'll be needing in order to complete this project. A set of darning needles, embroidery scissors, a size 5 crochet hook, 5 millimeters, and I want to make sure that you know that I'm using Karen brand yarn. I typically get the 1 pound yarn, but you can swap out any type of color that you would like or any type of brand. But for the purposes of this square, the colors I'm using are lace, cream, azure, and Cape Cod blue. So we're going to begin by making a magic circle, and I'll demonstrate how to do that. It's pretty simple, but everybody has their own way of doing it. This is just how I do a magic circle. So you go ahead and bring your yarn over your hand like this and wrap it around and stick it right through those first 2 fingers, your pinky finger and your index finger, and you'll see it nice and snug. Place your thumb here to secure things, okay? And then I go ahead and I stick my yarn hook right through and pull up a loop. And then just to make sure everything's secure, I go ahead and place a slip stitch. That's going to count as your first loop of a chain of 3. So you're going to add another 2 chains, 1, 2. So you have a chain 3 here. Now we're going to go ahead and add 15 additional double crochets. This chain of 3 is going to count as your first double crochet, and we'll go ahead and we'll add a 15. So let me demonstrate a couple and then I'll meet you back. In order to make the double crochet into the magic circle, you're going to simply yarn over and you're going to pull through a loop, and you'll have 3 on your hook. Yarn over and you're going to pull through the first 2 loops, yarn over and pull through the next 2 loops. Let's do that one more time. Yarn over, you're going to pull through, and you're going to see 3 loops on your hook. Yarn over, go through the first 2, and then through the second 2. Okay, so that counts as 1, 2, 3 of our double crochet. We need 13 more. Okay, so we're just going to go ahead and continue adding until we get a total of 16, including that first chain 3. So go ahead and continue working on that, and I will meet you back here at the end of this round. So when you're finished up and you've added your last double crochet, you should have something that looks a little like this. Okay, you'll see the little tail here, and we're going to go ahead and give that a gentle pull just to close everything up. Okay, and then we'll go ahead and we will put a simple slip stitch into the top of the very first double crochet that we did. Okay, and that will complete this round. All right, to begin round 2, you will take your cream colored yarn and you hook it just like this, and we're going to go ahead and drag it through the top loop of the last round we did. Give that a little tug. Okay, and we'll go ahead and we'll chain 3. 1, 2, and 3. And into this next little stitch here, we're going to go ahead and put a slip stitch, and we'll chain 3. 1, 2, and 3. Into the next one, we'll place a slip stitch. It's going to be the same pattern on this round. 1, 2, 3. Go into that next stitch here, slip stitch, 1, 2, and 3. And we'll keep going along the round. And I want you to come back and meet me here when we're finished. Alrighty, so we're here at the end of round 2, and we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, And we're going to make our 15th arch right now by going right here into the stitch that's directly beneath that first chain 3 you did of this round. Okay, so we went ahead and we slip stitched through there, and that will end that round, but we'll continue doing the next round by going ahead and 1, 2, 3, we'll add a chain 4. Okay, so you see how we did that? Now we'll continue by going and placing a slip stitch right here into this next arch. Okay, 1, 2, 3, and yes, that was intentional. The first chain of this round is going to have 4, so it's going to be a chain of 4, but that's the only time we'll do that. Okay, so we have a chain 3, and then we go into this arch and place a slip stitch. 1, 2, 3, into the next. 1, 2, 3. All right. And we'll continue in the same pattern, and I will meet you at the end of this round. Okay, so here we are at the end of round 3, and I'm going to go ahead and count with you so you know how many arches you will need, because this is actually very important for this round. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. There's your 15th, and here's your 16th. We'll go ahead and chain 3, and we're going to go ahead and we're going to place our last arch just right here, simple as can be. Okay, so that will end this round, and we'll go ahead and switch to our azure blue color. So once you're done with that last round we did, it's important for us to go ahead and tie off our work, because we're not going to continue from that spot. Okay, so you just go ahead and knot that and cut it off. Don't worry about these little tails hanging here, because we'll be able to handle that later. Now, taking your azure blue yarn, you're going to go into any arch you choose. It doesn't matter. As long as you have the 16 arches there, you'll be able to complete this next and 4th round. So let's go ahead and we're going to slip stitch that in. Okay. And we're going to go ahead and we're going to chain 2 additional. Okay. Now we're going to go ahead and add 3 double crochet. Okay, so we have 1, 2, and 3. Okay, that's going to count as our first crochet cluster of 4 double crochet, because we're counting that first chain. Now we're going to go ahead and chain 2, and we're going to add an additional cluster of 4 double crochet. 1, 2, 3, and 4. And you'll see how that chain 2 right there gave us a nice pretty corner. Let's continue. These next 3 arches, 1, 2, and 3, we're going to place into each one of them just 1 double crochet. So here we go, 1, 2, and 3. Into this arch, we're going to start that cluster set of 4 double crochet, chain 2, 4 double crochet. So 1, 2, 3, and 4. And we'll go ahead and chain 2, and we'll add our second cluster. So as you can see, we're going ahead and making quite a little pattern here. There's our 4th double crochet. Gotta pull my yarn. So at this point, you see the pattern developing. You'll add double crochet, double crochet, double crochet, and then you'll start another corner and carry on until the end. And I'll meet you at the end of this round. Okay, so now that we're at the end of round 4, I'll show you what to do here. And it's quite simple. All you'll need to do when you're done with placing that last double crochet into your 3rd arch here, is just do a nice little slip stitch at the top of that first round where you began. Okay, and there you go. And you'll go ahead and tie off your work with your scissors and give it a nice snip. And that's the end of that. For the 5th round, which is our final round, we're going to go ahead and we're going to slip stitch in the Cape Cod blue. Add a single crochet, chain 2, and another single crochet directly into that same corner. And you could have started from any corner you like. We'll end up in the same place no matter what you do. Then add a single crochet into each stitch. And when you get to every single corner, you're going to hit the combination again. And you'll have a single crochet, a chain of 2, and a single crochet. So just to repeat so it's clear, you're going to place 1 single crochet into every stitch. When you get to the corner space, you're going to place the following combination: a single crochet, chain 2, like this, single crochet, chain 2, and single crochet, because that'll give you a nice beautiful corner here. So continue on, and I'll meet you at the end. Okay, now that you're at the end of your final round, place that last stitch, and then you're just going to slip stitch into the top of the very first cluster you did right there at that single crochet, and then you're going to tie it off. Snip. And from here on, it would just be a simple matter of getting out your darning needles. Once you flip your work, see all my beautiful little tails here? And then you would, especially for this one, this is how I do it. Everybody's a little bit different. But I go ahead and make a gentle little knot for this one because you don't want that magic circle to come apart. And give that a snug little tug. And then you would take your needle and you'd be able to weave in your tails. So you would go ahead and get that on like so. And then simply begin threading your yarn through. Once you're done with that, you would give it a little tug and snip, and no one will ever know it was there. I'll demonstrate with just this one here. And ideally, the more you can loop it around, and the more that you can kind of get it going in different ways, the more secure it'll be. But we're just hiding our thread here. All right. So then you would give it a nice little tug, not too tight because you don't want it to get all deformed and strange. Give it a little snip. And there you go. That's how you would do tucking in your ends. Okay. And you would just do the same for all of your yarn, all the way around, and you would have a very nice finish to each of your squares. Well, I hope you very much enjoyed spending time with me and learning how to make this Ellies Daisy Granny Square. I hope that you can use it in a slew of projects and even customize it and make it your own with different colors and different types of yarn. Until next time, from my heart to your hooks, happy crocheting.